Hey, what's up? I'm starting a video series about farming. In this video, I'll be covering Titanite shards, large Titanite shards, and Titanite chunks. For each one, I'm going to show you where the earliest spot to farm it is, the best spot to farm it, and then where the ashes are, so you can give them to the handmaid and buy the items you're farming if you can buy them. Before we get started, I've got the Crystal Sage's Rapier and the Gold Serpent Ring, and I'm also going to put on the Symbol of Avarice. We want as many items as we can to get our drop rate up. So for farming the regular Titanite shards, you can do it from the very beginning of the game, the High Wall of Lothric bonfire. We're going to just go down and kill some of these hollows down here. Pretty much just about every enemy in the game can drop Titanite shards. So when you're very first starting out, this is a fine spot for it. Got one right there. And so that's the earliest place that you can get them to farm. Now we'll head off to what I believe is the best place to farm them if you do want to farm up as much of the regular Titanite shards as you can. In Anor Londo, the 2 silver knights that come down the stairs. I mean, it's quite a bit further in the game, but for the best spot, it's pretty good. The silver knights, their regular drop is the Titanite shards, and when they do drop them, they drop 2 at a time. Right there. Got 2. To get the ashes to buy the Titanite shards in the Farron Keep swamp, when you're making your way through the poison area and you come across the big tall ladder, come up here and run around to the right. There will be an illusory wall right here. Attack it or roll through it, and on this corpse will be the ashes, the Dream Chaser's ashes. Now for the large Titanite shards, if you have the DLC, going into Ashes of Ariandel will be the soonest that you can have a farmable spot for large shards. The regular follower soldiers supposedly drop large shards. From the first bonfire in the DLC, I ran through all those guys. There's probably like 8 of them. Probably ran through them like 10 times, so 80 kills, and I didn't get any large shards to drop at all. So the next closest spot to get some large shards to drop, and actually it's much more common drop through these Corvian Knights. And this one, and I mean, if you're coming in here as early as you can to get large shards, you'll probably be a little bit lower level. I just take a bow and cheese him. And for the last hit, we'll just do a plunging attack to finish him off. And one large Titanite shard. If you do not have the DLC, the earliest place to farm large Titanite shards is the Catacombs. From the first bonfire in the Catacombs, I just run back to the 2 swords, the skeleton knights with the curved swords here. Large shard. So large shard is it's a little bit of a rare drop for them, but it's not super rare. It's not a bad farming spot for this early in the game. And here at the Lothric Castle bonfire is the best spot for farming large shards. I mean, of course, like I say, it's just my opinion. but it's so quick in and out killing this guy, and he's guaranteed to drop something every time, which 90% of the time includes a large Titanite shard. If he doesn't drop a large, he drops a chunk. And there's a large right there. And I'll do it one more time, just to kind of prove the point. This is probably my favorite farming spot in the whole game. I farm souls here, farm the shards. He drops his armor so I can sell that as well. Sunlight metals. Refined gems. This is a great farming spot for multiple things. But yeah, this is the best for large shards in my opinion. Now from the Pontiff Sullivan bonfire is where you can head out to grab the ashes, the Easterner's ashes, to give to the Handmaid and purchase large shards. Pro tip, dealing with the Silver Knights up on the balcony shooting the arrows, use a Slumbering Dragon Crest ring to mask your sound. You can sneak up right behind them, backstab them, or you can just run through the area and they won't even pay attention to you. And while we're talking about large shards, I know that there is places you can get large shards to drop before the areas where I said you can farm them. This is specifically about farming. If you kill the giants in Cathedral of the Deep, they drop a large shard. If you take out the dragon at the second bonfire at High Wall, he drops a large shard, but those are just one and done. You can't farm them at all. But anyways, the path that I just took down the stairs right here, on the corpse hanging over the edge, is the Easterner's ashes. Give those to the Handmaid and you can purchase large shards. Alright, now for chunks, we find ourselves right back here at the Lothric Castle bonfire. If you take on the Dancer early, this is the first bonfire after the Dancer. He has, this Lothric Knight has a pretty good drop rate for chunks. What I've read, not that I've experienced, is that the Corvian Knights can drop chunks in the Ashes of Ariandel DLC, which you could potentially get to earlier than here. But the chunks are so rare that it's not worth trying to farm them there. I tried, I killed I don't know how many Corvian Knights and I couldn't get a single chunk to drop. I think I got 10 sharp gems. So if you take on the Dancer early, this is going to be the earliest and best early spot you can do for chunks. Like his normal drop is a large shard, so we definitely want to get our drop rate up to get the chunk out of him. It's not a rare drop, it's an uncommon drop. There we go. One chunk. It took me 3 tries, I think, and I got a chunk. So without the DLC, not only is this probably the earliest place that you can farm the chunks, it is probably the best place to farm them as well. Just because of how quick the kill is on the Lothric Knight and how close the bonfire is. There's other enemies that drop chunks, but proximity to the bonfire, this is probably going to be your best bet. I personally think this is the best place to farm chunks. Except if you have the Ring City DLC, the Dreg Heap bonfire of the Ring City, you can go down and fight the what the big fat guy's names. I can't think of them. The Herald Knights. If you go fight the big fat Herald Knight, he has a potential to drop, I think, between 1 and 4 chunks at a time. So that's going to be literally the best spot aside from this. So if you have the DLC, we'll head over to the Dreg Heap. So we're just gonna hop right down. And up and to the left is where the Herald Knight is. Oh shit, I got dark damage gear on. I gotta change it to something chaos. I guess this is gonna have to be it. Oh shit. Where is he? There we go. And one chunk, hey, and one dark gem, nice. I'm gonna do it one more time just to kind of see how it goes. And if you haven't noticed, I'm playing as a dark build, which is not all that effective through this area. But fire works really well on the Herald Knights. Maybe I should use a raw weapon with a fire buff on it. There's two. So they're good example. 2 kills, 3 chunks. So yeah, if you have the DLC, this is definitely the best spot. And it's I mean, getting here is either late in the game or you have to take on Frida, which is a freaking pain in the ass. I hate Frida. Anyways, alright, so now if you want to buy the chunks, we can go get the ashes. Alright, so from the Archdragon Peak bonfire. The Archdragon Peak no, this is the Belfry bonfire at Archdragon Peak. The ashes are right out here. Let's switch back to... Alright, so I'm probably just gonna do a suicide run. And I don't have a ring of sacrifice, of course. Alright, so pro tip, if you are in here and you're gonna have to fight everything, what I do is I summon Hawkwood and I leave Hawkwood down here to fight all the dragon guys while I go up and deal with Havel. Yeah, a lot of people say Hawkwood sucks. He does not suck. Every time I summon him and I leave him down here by himself, he takes all of these guys out for me. Alright, so anyway, so from the bonfire, we're gonna run straight up and to the left. Alright, straight up and to the left. Avoid the rock lizard, my most hated enemy. And right here on the corpse is the dragon chaser's ashes that lets you buy the chunks. And if you're smart, all of these guys will be dead before you grab them.
Ah.
Titanite shards, 800 apiece. Large Titanite shards, 4,000 apiece. Titanite chunks, 13,000 apiece. There you go.
Ashen 1.
I hope that helped you. Hopefully I didn't drag on too much and babble too much in between. But regardless, thank you for watching this video. And this is going to be a series. I'm going to do another video, same setup, earliest, best, and how to purchase them if you can for all the gems, all the infusion gems. And also I'll probably do the covenant items and how to farm the symbol of Avarice as well. But anyways, alright, thanks for watching. Take care. Don't die too much.